Hi there, John Mansell, also known as exboozehound. Hope you're well. Yep, huge, ridiculous, big hair. I can't bother to put any product on it because I think it's quite funny. Looking a bit more like Rick Astley back in the 80s these days. Keep thinking about trying to shave it myself, but I know I'll make it work bad, and I don't want to shave it off fully again. Because I've been told this makes me look younger, and as you get older, 47 now, being told I look younger is something that's very pleasant. So and look, the double chins are back again because I'm not getting to the gym. I've started doing some Joe Wicks workouts in the morning, but we'll see whether we can get rid of all this excess ballast. So this vlog is called Conflict, and it's quite apt really, because I've been meaning to do a vlog for a while now, and I couldn't work out where my mood was. Whether it was good, bad, indifferent, and although I think it's worthwhile for me to do vlogs when I'm in a low mood, for authenticity. And what I want to try and do is try and do more that I'm in a positive mood. To show people out there that even though I've got various mental health issues, I take a lot of medication, that there can be positivity in your life. And it's quite apt that it's called Conflict as well, because the other day I went to pick up something from Wicks, and ended up having an argument on the car park with someone, which included some bad language, me going like this, and a bit more bad language. So straight away, when my temper goes, when my aggression comes, I know there's something not quite right, and I need to keep an eye on it. The picture that I think I'm going to share with this vlog is fairly straightforward. It's just like a little figure with the devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other shoulder, to depict conflict. And the reason that conflict is something that I'm going to be saying a lot, conflict, and this vlog is called Conflict, is after I had the argument with that person. I was going to say twat, but it was probably me being a twat. After I had that argument with that person, I sat down and I put something crap on the telly and just tried to chill out. And I realised that, I may have realised this before, I don't know, but one of the major issues that I have with my mental health issues is the fact that there is always conflict going on inside here. Thus the little devil and the little angel on his shoulder. And that's part of the daily pain. So I've got this thing at the moment where I used to do a lot of stuff to help people, and then back in sort of January, it's like in January last year, I did something like 130 hours online on Twitter, at meetings, helping people individually and helping people in groups. And then in February I did something like 95 hours doing the same. And then in March I get up to around about the 21st of March and I stopped doing anything at all. And at this point I had, looking back now, I think I had a mini breakdown, and I think since then I've had a series of mini breakdowns. Now I'm going on a bit now, but I'm trying to get my point across. In that, so for example, if you have a stroke, your first stroke, they talk about it being a warning, I think. If you have a couple of other mini strokes after, then there's quite often there's more of a physical negativity. And I think that's what's happened with me. Because I had the original breakdown in 2013, I spent a lot of time building back up. Then I spent a lot of time doing a lot of stuff for a lot of other people. And then in January, February last year, I did a lot of stuff for individuals and other people. And then in March, I pretty much fell apart. I then kept getting back up, and I did various things. I went to various schools. I did some work with West Midlands ADAS, with Dudley Adult Social Care. But every time I did something, I fell apart again. And since then, I have literally done nothing. And my conflict at the moment is that, and a couple of you picked up on this in a couple of vlogs ago, is do I restart the ex-boozehound stuff, or Today Together stuff as well, or do I just knock it on the head and do nothing? Now, part of me knows I can't do nothing. Part of me knows I'm going to carry on with the ex-boozehound stuff, and one of the reasons the ex-boozehound stuff's really important to me is that it's a silly thing, but I said this both to my mum and dad over the last few months, that, you know, everybody I know when they were at school, they've got trophies for sports, or trophies for this, or trophies for that, and I've never won a trophy. I've never exceeded at anything or excelled at anything, but with the ex-boozehound stuff, I did excel. You know, I was nominated for a number of awards, and I won some awards. I've had some great feedback. I've got people that have told me that they're alive because of me. So I think it's my thing. I think it's something that I've got to do. The point is, if I do it moving forward, I've got to do it with more thought, more planning. But the problem with that is somebody with mental health issues, when you try and live on a mindful way, planning and preparation is very, very difficult, because you're meant to deal with the moment that's there now. So here's the conflict. The conflict is, in part, do I just knock the ex-boozehound stuff on the head? Do I start again? Because obviously not doing a lot of stuff for a while. People still are aware of me, but perhaps not as much as they were about a year and a half ago. And one of the things that sort of, with the conflict as well, is that I was speaking to two sets of people actually the other day, and one of them said, well, if you're not ready, if you're not well enough, you can't help other people. You've got to concentrate on you. And somebody else said the same, said very similar, that, you know, you need to concentrate on getting yourself well first. And I agree with that in a way, but also on the conflict side of that is, I think part of the reason that I've been able to help people is because I am unwell still, and I do struggle on a regular basis. I do have to fight my demons on a daily basis. So the fact that I'm actually ill and struggling myself at the same time means that I can help people more, I think. You know, yes, I've got this thing where I feel that, you know, my mental health issues will be with me till the day I die. But perhaps there's a possibility that one day I'll get a complete hold on it and we'll move forward. Now again, I've witted on a bit too much, more than I expected to, but I think that's the beauty of the vlogs, in that my mind takes me to where I want to go, and this may well sound like a bit of more of a selfish vlog, in that I'm trying to work out what's going on in my head. But I think the process of me trying to work that out will resonate with guys out there. I was talking the other day as well to somebody who whose son we tried to help, and unfortunately he's not doing very well. And one of the things that I think is important moving forward is we don't just look at helping the people, the individual with the issues, because quite often those people won't want to engage and they won't want to listen to anything that anybody's got to say, let alone, you know, an umpty like me. So it's important that we talk to those people whose loved ones and friends have mental health issues and addiction issues and other issues. And one of the things that I wanted to sort of say, with the picture that's attached and the word conflict, you've got your devil, you've got your angel, and they're telling you different things. So, for example, with me, I've got this thing where, yes, I should go and do exboozehound stuff, because I've got lots of, you know, amazing messages of people who've said that I inspire them to fight, and that I've encouraged them, and it makes them realise that they can fight against their mental health demons as well. But on the other side, I've got my devil saying, what's the point? You've never done anything worthwhile in your life. You're a waste of space. You're going to fuck it up. You're going to fall apart again. You're going to let people down. So that's going on. Now, again, it's very difficult to explain that to somebody who, well, it's difficult to explain it to myself. I don't really understand it myself. But try to explain it to somebody who's never suffered with mental health issues. And I guess to a certain extent it comes down to, is it a split personality? Are there voices? Who knows? But I find quite often that when I'm in a strange place, when the conflict's going on, there's, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7 different things going on in my head. And it's very, very difficult to ignore them. So then, when somebody then comes up to me and talks to me and asks me something, asks me to do something, I can very often be very non-responsive, or, you know, maybe a little bit tetchy when I answer them. And if you think about that on a practical level, if you've got 2 or 3 people already talking to you, and you can't take all this pain and this, you can't take the voices going on and on and on and on, whittering on, you're not listening to them because you can't concentrate. And then one more person comes in and asks you to do something. It then tips you over the edge. So, I don't know if this makes any sense, but there's an awful lot of people out there with mental health issues that will not engage with anybody. You know, they won't take the medication. They can't talk to the professionals. I've had a fair amount of success in the past where people have said that they just don't get on with the professionals, but when they're talking to me, they can see that I understand. I could never replace what the professionals do, but I think I can do some stuff much better. So I think you can already see with the train of thought with where this vlog's going, the question between should I restart the exboozehound stuff or should I knock it on the head? I think we know the answer. I need to restart it somehow. But conflict is, I think, quite an important word, because there is constantly conflict going on in my head. And it's this, and again, at times like this as well, you get more time to think about it, and it makes it harder. And I would imagine, again, you know, there's an awful lot of people struggling out there with the way things are at the moment that haven't got mental health issues, haven't got addiction issues. You know, it's this conflict going on. Should I do this? Should I do that? You know, I've got 4 or 5 options here, 4 or 5 options there. Who knows what's the best way to go? But conflict, in order to deal with it, you need to take a step back. Sorry about that. Phone fell off the steering wheel. I'll try and find some way to clip these videos together after. So what I was saying, so if there's conflict going on in your head, which some of you may not even realise that's what's going on, you know, all these thoughts and feelings and things that stop you moving forward, you know, have a think about it. Is there conflict going on in your head? Is there a way that you can unpick the different sides of that conflict? Can you box them off? Can you look at each part of the conflict on an individual basis? I don't know, but for me, you need to take a step back and take some time out and try and relax. Relax, whether that means doing it, you know, with medication or whatever it is that you use, or whether it means doing with meditation or whatever. Try and relax and don't allow that conflict to own you. You know, that's part of the problem with mental health and addiction issues is they own you, they consume you. And I think the conflict in my head various times consumes me, and it doesn't allow me to move forward because all the time and effort is spent listening to this conflict, getting down about this conflict, trying to fight with the conflict. You know, at the end of the day, it's there. You know, allowing it to consume you. Sometimes you have to, you know, let go. You know, you have to allow that conflict to find its own balance, and then once it has, move forward. Anyway, hopefully I've managed to link the videos together. Otherwise, I'm going to have to put up 2 videos, and it's going to be hard. But if I can ask you as well, you know, I've been asking this on the last 2 or 3 vlogs. Please share this vlog. Like it if you can, or dislike it, or make a comment. And importantly, you know, think about people, not necessarily people with mental health and addiction issues. Yes, please introduce my vlogs to them as well. Think about the people whose family members and loved ones might need just that little bit of information to understand what's going on better inside their loved one's head. Introduce them to them as well. There's so many videos there that people can look at, and I'm sure, you know, it can help them as well. It's not just about dealing with the person with the mental health issue, it's about dealing with an addiction issue. It's about dealing with everybody on a whole, you know, because people with mental health and addiction issues, they can't do it on their own. They need that support, and quite often they're quite obnoxious to the people who are trying to support them. You know, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were saying that their son won't accept any sort of blame or for what's going on in his world. It's everybody else's fault. And for years, it was everybody else's fault in my world. It was everybody's fault that I got a problem with drink. Everybody's fault a problem I got mental health issues. That's bullshit. It's not down to anybody. It's down to having an illness. And people need to understand that, you know, in order to move forward with your own recovery, you have to take ownership of it. You have to, you know, take some responsibility. You have to do something. Nobody's going to fix you. Medication is not going to fix you. Seeing a counsellor is not going to fix you. Anything else isn't going to fix you. Deep down, it has to come from within. So please share this. Share it with people who don't have mental health issues and want to understand mental health, illness and addiction better. Just share it. Let's get more people listening to my meandering, whatever you call it. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now because I'm annoying myself. So enjoy the good and right out the bad. Please share, and I'll hopefully catch you soon. Bye bye.